Let's try this again. So now we are in my bathroom. And the reason being is I kind of wanted to show you guys the camera, but I can't record the camera with the camera unless I have a mirror to record the camera for the camera. But GoPro Hero 9, light mod, wireless microphone, all kinds of cool stuff. So hopefully this thing is going to sound amazing. So far it's great because I can actually see myself and I can frame the shot, which you couldn't do on the GoPro Hero 7. And truthfully, I think with the new GoPro stuff, this entire setup, including the microphone and everything else, was actually less money than buying a point and shoot like a Sony or a Canon or, you know, G7X or something like that. So that was one of the things that I wanted to do, was keep the budget relatively low, keep a camera that's relatively durable. But the other thing that I wanted to do also was give you guys much better audio, because the problem that we've had inherently with these GoPros is that when you walk away from them, so we'll set you guys up right there, when you walk away from these things, you can't hear anything. So if I'm filming me cleaning up stuff or doing, you know, whatever, and I happen to turn my head away from the microphone, it sounds like crap. You can't hear a word that I'm saying. But now, even if you guys can't see me and I happen to walk out of frame, it's absolutely incredible. So the wireless mics are going to make things so much better, because now you can hear me but you can't see me. So I could be doing some lewd stuff and you'd never know. But hopefully now also I don't have to scream, I don't have to yell. You guys are right there, I'm right here. And yeah, so we'll be filming everything from now on in 4K 60 frames a second, which will give better quality, better overall everything. And like I said, the audio is going to be better. We got lights, we got cameras, we got action, we got everything going on. So let's get to the video. Tell you what, guys, this little light mod, whew, man, this thing works nice. And I'm so happy that I don't have to scream anymore and I won't have to edit the audio out in post. But this is the Jeep that we filmed a while ago. And actually, did we film this one? I don't even know that we did film this one. But this is one out of New York that had, you know, the frame was pretty gnarly and we took care of that. And then we had some torque boxes that were pretty gnarly, so we took care of those. And then we ended up fixing some little minor issues in the body right here. There was a little hole right there. And we did, you know, some suspension work and whatever else. But we're at a point now with this Jeep where everything that we fixed is good to go. And now we're going to be doing full suspension. We're doing our typical rough country 2.5 inch kit. You see we did the torque box on that side as well. And we're gonna do a couple little other odds and ends too. We're doing all new brakes on it and just getting this thing basically ready to go, which I think will be cool. So we're almost done with this one, but we did pick up yet another project. So let me take you guys with and kind of show you quick. So the shop's a mess. I apologize for that. We're cleaning that up soon. There you go. That is a 1985 Honda ATC 200X. Now, we bought it extremely cheap, which if any of you guys are into these things, you know that they are not cheap. They're actually extremely expensive because they quit making them in 1987. So they're almost impossible to get your hands on in any kind of decent shape. Well, luckily this one, the bones are good. Plastics are shot. It's missing the front fender. You know, it's got a couple little dings in the tank, but overall the tank is good. We've got decent suspension. Headstock's a little loose. All the bearings are shot. But again, these things are nearly impossible to find in any sort of good shape. So we picked that up super cheap. And then with it, we got a whole box of parts. We got the factory exhaust, we got an engine that is missing a ton of parts, which, you know, we're gonna have to deal with that. But I went ahead and found a guy on Facebook that had an entire complete engine that was running when he took it out of the parts quad. So that's awesome. So basically we're going to be able to just slap a fully running engine together and get that in there, and then maybe use any parts off of this one if we need it. But somebody tried to rebuild this one and didn't do a great job with it, so it definitely needs some help. So I figured, you know, probably be better off and cheaper just to buy a whole new engine that's really, really bright. So there we go. Be easier just to buy a whole new engine, get the whole new engine on it, and, you know, go from there. But we do plan on taking this thing completely apart and doing pretty much everything that needs to be done to it. We're going to do all the bearings. We can take the frame down, completely sandblast it, get it powder coated. So we're kind of doing like a full-blown restoration on this thing, which will make it very, very fun. So over the course of the next couple of months, I'd like to get this thing going for summertime, but I'd also like to do it correctly. So we're going to do a lot like rebuilding the forks and rebuilding, you know, whatever needs to be done on the engine that we're getting, because you got to remember these things are 35 plus years old. So some things need to be changed and fixed and whatever. We're going to do new tires, new wheels. We're going to get those powder coated. We're going to take the swing arm apart, get that completely out, do all new bearings in the carrier, do all new everything, all the bushings and bearings and nuts and bolts that need to be replaced. We'll check the shocks and the front forks to make sure that those are good. If not, we'll send those out and get those taken care of. It is missing certain things, like, you know, it has no grips on it. The master cylinder is pretty well shot for the front, so we got to replace that. The thumb throttle is missing. We got to get that. Any other little quirks and bumps and hitches in the road here, you know, all the handles are toast, so we need to replace all that stuff. But seat cover needs to be replaced. And again, guys, we got this thing super, super cheap, so having to literally buy parts for it is not going to be that expensive. I can literally completely restore this thing, most likely for about half of what it would cost me to buy one that's already been restored. So that's going to be the project for the next couple of months after we get the Cutlass done, that Jeep done, that Jeep back there done, and this done, and then the 4 or 5 other Jeeps that we have outside currently. So we definitely have our work cut out for us, which it's going to be crazy, crazy, crazy. So on that note, let's move into a shop update. So the shop has been insanely busy. And I mean, I'm just walking around here. You guys can probably see, I don't know if you can see it, but see how terrible everything is? It's a complete disaster. There's literally boxes everywhere. There's crap everywhere. I just had my dumpster emptied for the 2nd time in a week. So we got a lot of cleaning up to do. We got to get these 2 Jeeps done. And then once we get the 2 Jeeps done, then we got to move on to the Cutlass. Then we got to move on to a bunch of other stuff. And we still have people waiting. So if you're watching this video and you're seeing this video and you're thinking about contacting me, please do. I welcome everybody to contact me about these things. However, my lead time right now is about 2 months. I literally have no space in the shop for anything else right now. I cannot take anything else. I can't accept anything else. I'm out of outside parking. I'm out of indoor space. I'm out of everything, which is a great thing for me, not so good for you guys. So be patient. If you guys still want me to do work for you and you can wait a little bit, by all means, please wait a little bit and we'll get you knocked out. So that being said, we're a little busy. And I apologize if it takes me a while to get back to you guys. You guys are looking at the damn sky. Let's move you down a little bit. All right, so I hope you guys are enjoying the new GoPro. I hope you enjoyed the new footage. It's probably going to be a lot more crisp and a lot cleaner. The Hero 9 versus the Hero 7, which is what we were using. The Hero 7 was a great camera. And I mean, I've kicked that thing across the shop 17 times and never had an issue with it. Had to replace the lens a few times because I welded too close to it. But other than that, it was an absolutely amazing camera. And like I said before, guys, you could either go and spend $800 or $900 on, you know, a full-blown point-and-shoot setup, or I could spend $1,200 or $1,500 on a DSLR or, you know, something like that. But it just doesn't make any sense to go with a giant camera when I'm constantly shoving up in under the skirt of Jeeps and stuff like that. So I figured going with a GoPro is great, because if I get fluids on it, if I drop something on it, if I drop it, it's not going to hurt it. And yeah, the only feature that you really do lose with a GoPro versus a DSLR or a point and shoot is the zoom capability. But even the GoPro does, I mean, it does have somewhat of a zoom. So, I mean, we do have a shortcut where we can, you know, zoom in and out, but it's really not that big of a deal. You know, we don't really need to zoom all the time. There's no reason that I'm going to zoom. I can just move the camera towards you. So that's cool. And then, of course, you know, we got the little Saramonic wireless microphones, and I went with Saramonic and not Rode because Rode Video Micro is nearly impossible to get right now. It's $200, and the Saramonics actually come with so much more for nearly the same price, like $229, and you get lavalier mics, you get all the adapter cables that you need, you get a dead cat for the mic that's here, you get all kinds of stuff to help with everything. You get a case that you drop them into and it charges right in the case. So just awesome stuff. But I'm going to end this video now because you guys are probably bored of me talking. I just kind of wanted to give you guys a shop update, some new projects that are coming, some current projects that are going on, and our new camera setup. So I hope to see you guys on the next video. Have a great night.
Yeah.